We find ourselves in a strange town. One that doesn't exactly listen to the rules of reality. One that you might walk past and stare at it for a moment, and you know you're looking at a town, but your mind just pushes it out of the way, and you leave, never thinking about that town again, but knowing it exists. We go into this town, past the strange people meandering the streets in the middle of the night, past the two-headed horses that are sitting by a stable. We go over past a river and a bridge to a coliseum that looks out of place. Its architecture, the weathering on it, the pictures depicted on it, all seem like they don't really fit with this town. And around this coliseum, you see gray-skinned men and women walking, if you could call that walking. They lope around as though their legs are new to them, sometimes crawling on all fours. They laugh strange, choking laughter, striking at one another sometimes just for no reason and then laughing about it again. And as we go further into this coliseum, we enter a winding hallway that's just near the doors that lead into the middle pit for the spectators. There's a door. Inside that door, there are prisoners. And amongst those prisoners, we see two people, adventurers that sit amongst this crowd of tired civilians. Richard the Redeemer, an older man, cleric. He's been trying to fight his way through the injustice of this world, was unfortunately captured early on. And we have another, Lisbeth, an Asmar that was just trying to bring light and healing to this world. But unfortunately, the ghouls of Arkham had other plans for her. As these two sit here, in this room, they hear out from the distance.
No, please don't.
And then you hear a blast. And then, walking in from the area is this massive wolf woman. Her head is hanging low. She's shaking from side to side like she's been disgusted with what she's done. You all have met each other. You've been here for a while. And she walks into the cell. And as she's walking in, you hear her say,
"That is the last one that I kill. I will get back at you, Giles."
And the ghoul slams the cell right behind her.
You think that you can get back at him? You're ours now. You're trapped. Same with the rest of you.
And he just hobbles away like he's not quite used to his form. And you hear a number of these ghouls leaping off the stands, falling into the Colosseum like it's happened many times before. And you know right now they're eating the people who didn't survive.
Oh.
Diana sits down near you guys.
I can't do this anymore. We have to try to break out.
Well, how do you propose we do that?
Every fortnight, they do their ritual. I've been here for a while now. They're going to try to create more ghouls out of the combatants. While they're doing this, we're going to escape. How skilled are you two in combat?
Well, I'm real good at healing, but I don't know much about fighting.
I'll slay every foul beast in my way.
Alright. Richard, you're gonna have to keep that arm of yours strong. Lisbeth, if anything goes wrong, just make sure that you can keep us standing.
I'll do my best.
What we're going to have to do is get the hell out of here. We're gonna have to cross the bridge. and we're going to have to try to make it for the town gate. I don't remember how they brought us in, but we'll have to figure it out on the way.
Alright.
How were you two captured anyways?
They got me when I wasn't looking. Dirty bastards.
I was tricked. I thought I was coming into a church. Turned out to be more of those cultists. Brought me here.
That sounds about right. I was traveling near Sanctuary and this spell went off. Next thing I knew, I was in one of their leaders' rooms. The damn spell made me too sick to fight back and they brought me here.
That's terrible.
That's why we must fight our way out of here.
Now these idiots, they think I can only summon my weapons a few times a day. But I can blast these locks, I can get us out. I can summon them as many times as I need to. But once they know that we've escaped, there will be a lot of these ghouls on our tail. A lot of these other people in here with us, they're not going to make it. You can't save them. Don't try to save them. Is that clear?
Yes.
Understood.
They were gonna die anyways the moment they got caught. This way, they're just helping a few people who can make a difference get out of here.
Is there anything you guys wanted to do? Like, you're essentially in like a holding cell. There's some wounded people that are sitting there, some people that are just trying to sleep, some people who are just staring blankly.
Is there anyone around that seems like they might have some knowledge of the city or town?
There's a lot of civilians. It looks like some of them could be from here. You're not too sure.
Okay, I guess I'll just try and pick out whoever looks like they're probably from there and see if I can question them.
Say there's an older man. He's sitting by himself. It looks like he's wearing like a shopkeeper's clothes.
Okay, I'll go up to him and I'll ask him some questions.
Old man,
Yes?
do you know where they bring the prisoners into this city? I'd like to know where I came from before my final hours here.
Richard, are you planning something? I think this is our doom, our end.
Well, I'd at least like to know the situation in which I go down, wouldn't you?
I guess it's just been a long time for me in this damn city. How we got in? Well, last I heard, the front gates could be opened. I'm just not sure how. I always see the spider horses bring the carts in full of people. Of course, it was just one day I just had enough of it. Tried to do something and they dragged me in here. This city's doomed, Richard. We should just let it rot.
Or we can fight it.
We've tried to fight Arkham for years. It doesn't let you go.
Well, I'll find my way out of here one way or another.
You do what you can, Richard. I know that there is a way to open up the front gates, but I don't know it. It's almost as if the gates were alive. I never could get close to them before the guards would stop me.
Well, thanks for your help anyways.
Take care.
You too.
And I'll just kind of go back to where we were sitting.
Okay. Lisbeth, is there anything you want to do?
Are there any families in here at this point, or is there just mostly people who could survive the gladiator rings?
It's kind of been whittled down to some people who could survive.
Okay.
There's maybe like 5 or 6 people in here with you 3.
Right. Any injured?
Yes, there is a man with a large cut across his chest, and there's a woman with her head bandaged.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the man with the large cut. I'm gonna try and roll a medicine check.
Okay.
That was a 14. To just kind of help close the wound. She walks up. You look like you could use some help there, friend. I have a little bit of healing abilities, if you don't mind.
I wouldn't be opposed. Thanks. It's really starting to hurt.
She kneels down. We've been here for a while, right? So she probably has, like, fabric and stuff that she kind of used to scrap to... she's been doing this a lot to just help people, so she slowly patches his chest up. How long have you been here, friend?
Maybe closer to a week now. Say, you're of the gods. Is it true that they've abandoned us? They've left Arkham for dead?
Absolutely not.
But why hasn't anyone come to save us? Where are all the heroes?
I believe there's a much greater evil than we can understand that even keeps the gods at bay at times.
So we are doomed.
Stay strong.
He just nods at you. Thank you.
Friend, do you remember where you were brought in the city? What entrance?
Well, I was just outside Nesme. I was bringing in some stuff to trade. They captured me there. They dragged me along. It was those cultists. I was kind of in and out. They knocked me out pretty hard. And the next thing I knew, I was being taken through... it was kind of like a tunnel, but it was wet. And this might sound ridiculous, but it kept looking like the tunnel was moving. Like it was breathing.
Oh,
I thought it might have just been a trick because I was quite concussed.
it could have been, but who knows with this place? Can't seem to trust what your mind sees at times.
I remember Arkham being here. That Arkham was always here. But a part of me can't remember when Arkham was first here. Or when I first went to Arkham. It's all muddled. It doesn't make any sense. This whole town is just bizarre.
I don't even know what they want with us here.
Sport.
Possibly. May the sun bless you, friend. Take care.
You as well. And he just kind of lays down on the bench.
I sigh and return.
So, as you three are sitting together, time passes. And this is the first time you've heard it. This chanting. This dark, dark chanting. When you hear it, it just sounds wrong. Every part of it just makes your skin crawl. You don't like it. And you feel both a little sick to your stomach. Like these dark energies are just disgusting you.
That's the ritual. That's gonna keep them distracted for a bit.
Wonder where I can find those vermin.
Are you two ready?
We have no choice but to move.
Yeah, I can't stand being within earshot of this nonsense.
As ready as I'll ever be.
Then let me summon my weapons and my armor.
And this neon armor goes right around her. You see it like creates this like helmet and shoulder pads, everything. And she stretches her hands out, and these two pistols that you've seen in the arena before form in her hands. She points one at the lock, fires it, and the lock blasts out.
Let's move! Now! Quickly! Follow me!
I follow.
Yeah, we follow behind.
So you three are running, and you can hear some of the ghouls start howling now. You can hear,
They got away! They're getting away!
and just the sounds of them running. There's so many of them. First it sounds like 3 or 4, then it sounds like maybe 10, and now it sounds like a stampede of ghouls are behind you. You look forward and you see there are ghouls crawling on the sides of the walls of this entrance to the Colosseum as you guys are heading outside. Diana lifts her pistols
They're crawling on the walls, be careful!
and she fires them. You see these 2 shots go wide, but it makes them fall off the walls and land on their back as the 3 of you run past. You suddenly are in the open. You don't hear any birds. You barely hear the sounds of a bustling town. You look in front of you, there's a burned down district of what was once a bunch of mansions. One stands perfectly intact in all this rubble. You see to the left, there are a few workshops, and to the right, there looks like a small stretch of abandoned houses. And far up to the north, you see a keep. And to the south, you hear a raging river.
Alright, we need to move to the south. We gotta get across that river.
Lead, I'll follow.
So the ghouls are pouring out of this coliseum. It looks like an anthill. They're just all crawling and falling out of it. You hear these sickening thuds as some of them are falling 2-3 stories, and they crash into the ground, their arms snapping in half and just getting back up like they didn't feel anything.
They're coming faster. Run!
Richard, do you have anything that can blast them away?
I will turn and cast Sacred Flame.
Does a 11 make it?
Nope, that's a hit.
Actually, we'll just say it takes the one out.
Okay.
Have at you, foul beast.
And this flame just bursts out of the sky, slamming down, lighting this creature on fire. And he shrieks and spins around and collapses to the ground while many more run over them.
Quickly, we have to run down this hill to the river.
Onward.
I need you to make me, both of you, athletics checks.
18 for me.
16.
Alright, so you guys are doing really good. You guys are keeping pace, you're not really out of breath, your armor is clanking on you while you run. You guys start making up to this bridge, and you see just sitting on the ledge of the bridge is what can only be described as the Grim Reaper. There's a skeleton sitting in black robes with a scythe, and they're just sitting there. They're not doing anything menacing, but they're just watching you as you're starting to run up.
What the hell is that? Is that death?
It can't be. There's no way.
I've been waiting for this day to come. I'll kill death with my own hands if I have to.
Just try running past it. If it tries to do anything to us, then we'll take it on there.
All right.
Let's get going.
So you start running over the bridge, and you lock eyes just for a second with that skeleton. And you see this vision.
You may cross my bridge, but you shall see your deaths. Look into your future. Lisbeth, you shall be hunted down. You shall be stabbed through the back. Your escape shall fail. Richard the Redeemer, your heart will be the end of you. You shall run, but age has too strong of a hold, and your heart shall give out, and the only respite you shall have is these cold cobblestone before your end.
And then your eyes are back to normal, and you guys are running across that bridge.
What the hell was that? Did you just see something?
Oh my god.
We must hold strong. These are just foul tricks they're trying to play on us.
Could it happen?
We just stared at what must have been death. I suppose we saw potential visions of our end.
What is death doing here?
This city must be doomed if death walks its very streets.
Well, we've certainly seen enough death in our time here.
As you guys cross this bridge, you're now on a cobblestone path, and you see this is quite the busy city area. You see this area here is like a marketplace, except all these like long things here that I'm pointing out, they're barricades with spears pointing out. And you see people are just walking around them like there's nothing there. And they're just going up to shops and stalls and purchasing things. They look at you for a second and they quickly put their heads down. You see a massive footprint right here on the ground. So now you guys are running into this area through here, and you see a forest, a small one there, like a park.
What the hell are all these citizens just doing out? They're not doing anything.
What's going on? Why aren't they reacting?
They must be in some kind of trance or something.
Maybe some kind of illusion. Those ghouls, they're starting to slow down. I think they're afraid of that thing on the bridge.
Oh, of course. We have no time to save these people. We have to keep going.
Right, we must continue onward.
You're right.
So you're running, and as you run by these shops, there are people inside them, and they look out the window, and they close the curtains, and they slam the doors shut. While you're walking by each of them, the doors slam shut again and again and again.
They're just slamming the doors every time we walk by. They want nothing to do with us.
I have no idea what's going on.
I can't speak to it myself either.
This city's a poison, and all its people are willing participants in drinking it.
All the more reason to leave it behind.
You guys are running through this busy market district, and you see people, they're pulling like two-headed cows, and you see a goat look at you guys, and then its face opens up sideways, and it baws at you and closes, and just walks away and goes and eats grass. Just bizarre things, and you feel your mind's just teetering on the brink of just breaking.
I'm just gonna say a mental prayer while we're running for these poor, malformed animals.
God, please bring justice to these animals. They don't deserve this insanity. Let them be free of this town and this death, whatever it might be.
And as you're running, you feel a little self-assured. Your prayer, it gives you strength. You may have not have felt an answer from your god, but you feel the resolution that you've always had as a cleric. You guys are running through here. These people are slamming doors. They're looking away from you. They're just pulling their animals away. You now see the ghouls have made it over the bridge, and they're all running towards you.
We need to make it. Maybe we can go through this park here. Just cut right through.
Sounds like the right idea to me.
Here, I'll fire a few shots. You two go ahead.
What about you?
I'll be right behind you. Hurry.
Okay. The man I spoke to said that the tunnel seemed to be moving when he was brought in. It's possible that the entrances may change.
Dear God.
You hear these pistol blasts start sounding off while you two run. You run into this small park, and suddenly, Lisbeth, you hear in your head,
Wow, what a pretty Asmar. Thank you for showing up to the park. You should stay.
and Richard, you hear in your head,
That's a magnificent beard you have. You look like a man who really appreciates justice. You should stay here and tell us about it.
Get out of my head!
What is this nonsense?
Try to keep running.
Beards don't equal justice.
We could stay here together. We could be safe. We'll keep the ghouls away from you. Just stay with us.
Show yourself, fiend.
It's us, the forest. Stay with us. We'll protect you. Like we've protected so many others.
I will not.
you look at these trees. Make me perception checks, the both of you.
I got a 9.
I got a 22.
Elizabeth, you see this right away. While you're running by these trees, you see what at first you just thought was weird knotwork, but now you see its faces. There are so many faces in these trees. The branches are outstretched arms that have been turned to wood, and leaves are growing from their fingers. You see these trees are made up of people that have all been turned into the trees.
Don't listen to the trees. The trees have faces.
What was that, Lisbeth?
The trees are people. If we stay, we'll become one of the trees.
I see.
Stay with us. Just stay. We'll keep you safe. We've kept so many other people safe.
Richard, Diurna, don't listen to them. Go!
You hear some pistol blasts in the distance, and then a roar. And something crashing into the trees.
Diurna?
Where are you, Diana?
Oh!
But what about you?
You see, just in the distance, she's running towards you all, and there are many ghouls. And right as they're running after her, they all stop perfectly right at the tree line, cocking their heads sideways.
Are you going to become a tree? Are you going to become saplings? Are you tree folk now? I thought you were an Asmar. Are you an Ent? Are you trees?
You look at your arms, the two of you, in your hands, and you see they're already slowly starting to stiffen.
Go!
They're turning like a greenish brown.
We have to go, now!
Quickly! Oh, what the hell is this?
Let's get out of this insanity as soon as possible.
You breach the tree line, and you look down, and Richard, your hand, what weapon was it that you had?
I have a mace.
Your hand is locked around your mace, and you see it's now almost fully wood. There are leaves that are growing out of your knuckles. And Lisbeth, the same is happening with you, except you're clutching onto your holy symbol.
Is this like tree growth? Does it seem like it's part of me, or is it like just growing around me?
You're not too sure. You'd need a minute to try to take a look at it.
Okay.
No time for that.
Go!
I try to keep running.
Yeah, I just keep running forward.
You're running past these businesses. They're slamming the doors. People are going, they went that way. They went that way. And now you see the doors that were first slamming are now opening up, and all the people are pointing at you. They're going down there. They're going down there.
They're giving us away. The townsfolk are giving us away.
They're already brainwashed.
Yeah, may they be damned with this entire town.
You see that there's an inn and a general store that you're starting to run past. Stretched out in the distance, you see a guard's booth, and then long walls that surround this entire town at what looks to be a gate.
That must be the entrance.
Hurry!
They went that way. They're going that way. They're going to the gate. You'll never get through the gate. You don't have what it takes.
Is this like the main gate that the old man mentioned?
You're thinking so. It looks like this is a well-worn path. And you're guessing usually inns and stores are right there for when people enter a city. So, more than likely, this is the main gate.
That old man told me there was some way to open this gate, but she couldn't remember how. There must be some kind of trick to this.
What's your AC, the two of you?
15.
18.
From the guard booth, you see a man step out. He has a crossbow. His eyes are completely burned away, and there's a necklace of the call to the shining god dangling around his neck, a set of teeth smiling in this sunburst, and he has a crossbow and he fires 2 bolts. They both go sailing past you. You'll never get past the gate. I won't let you through.
I will say about that.
What do you two do?
How far away was this archer?
He's probably like 20 feet away. You guys are running in his direction.
I guess I would like hit him back with, I have a light crossbow. I'd probably fire a bolt at him of my own.
Your hand is locked around your mace.
Oh, right. Would I be able to cast Sacred Flame still?
Yep.
Okay, I'll cast that.
I'll do the same.
Alright, so 2 dexterity saving throws. What's the DC for both of them?
13.
Mine is also 13.
Is it half damage or full damage if he... half damage or no damage if he succeeds?
I think it's no damage.
He succeeds Richard's, but he fails Elizabeth's.
It's 5 radiant damage.
So, what do you two say as he's going, "You'll never get through the gate"?
Watch me!
I'll smash my way open if I must.
These 2 blasts sound off. One of them, he just manages to get out of the way, but then that makes him stumble into the other one and it blasts him on the side. He screams in pain, dropping his crossbow. It burns! It burns! Why does it burn? My god is shining! My god is bright! They should protect me!
Our gods shine brighter.
And you hear this pistol blast. This blast goes right between you two, and it goes right between his eyes. And he's just in the middle. My god should... And then he just collapses to the ground.
I can't stand that rattling. Let's move.
Is there a key? A mechanism?
Search his person? I don't know.
The gate is up ahead. It seems to be a little shrouded in almost a mist, but you see it. It's there. The guardhouse is open. It looks quite plain inside. There's a single chair, a desk, a bookshelf, and what looks to be maybe where they kept food. And he's laying on the ground. His blood is pooling around him. What do you two want to do?
Doesn't look like there's anyone in the guardhouse right now.
Nope.
I'll go investigate inside of the guardhouse to see if I can find anything of interest.
You have 10 seconds.
I'll be quick. I'll just go and mad dash and see what I can find in there.
Okay.
Let me search the body.
Hurry.
All right, both you investigation.
That's a 19.
I got a 2.
So you get in there, Richard. You immediately trip over the chair. You knock over the desk, and there's nothing in here. You're too panicked right now. Your hand is starting to hurt, and you quickly come outside. And you come outside just as Elizabeth is grabbing this key and ripping it from around this dead man's neck.
I have it. I have the key. Let's go.
Well, at least you found something.
Hurry.
I would probably run to the gate.
One last athletics.
16.
Thunder's on my side today. 18.
All right, so you two make this mad dash for the gate. You get up there, and what you see is almost what you expected. This gate is pulsing. There are hands that press out of it and go back in, legs that come out of it. Teeth are moving in and out everywhere. It looks like a gibbering mouther, but it's been sealed over where the gate should be.
This is an unholy horror if I've ever seen one.
Is that a gibbering mouther? How did they get one so big to cover a gate? What do we even need to do to get through this thing?
I'm gonna try casting Word of Radiance. Am I within 5 feet of this gate?
Yeah, you can be.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Lathander, save us now! And I'm gonna cast Word of Radiance, which you utter a divine word. Burning radiance erupts from you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage.
Okay, it fails.
That's 6.
So this blast of light pierces out from one of its faces, and it seems to burn this small hole in it, and it doesn't seem like the hole closes up.
We can blast our way through it. Okay, quickly now, everyone. The ghouls are almost here.
Okay, Sacred Flame.
This thing can't move, so Sacred Flame will hit it. You can go ahead and roll that damage.
I'll just use a Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 2.
All right.
I'll do 6.
So you guys see that you're making progress on this. You see chunks of it are flying off, burning, and just splatting onto the ground, but there's so much of it, and you're not sure how you're supposed to get through.
This doesn't make sense. They wouldn't have to kill this thing every time they come in. What the hell's going on?
Is there a keyhole or something that dispels this foul creature?
I don't think it could be dispelled, but
That must be.
was there anything you learned from those people in there?
The man said that the tunnel was changing as he was going through, changing like an illusion. He felt that his mind was playing tricks on him, or he wasn't fully conscious. Does that help at all?
Could we?
And Diurna looks as pale as a wolf woman could.
Do we have to run through this thing?
Do you think this was the tunnel that he's talking about?
I don't know.
Now you see the ghouls are about 20 feet away. There are so many of them. They're crawling over houses. They're running through the streets. They're stabbing each other and laughing. There are hundreds of them.
Lathander, please bless us. And I cast Bless on the 3 of us. It's now or never. And I'm gonna try and run.
Okay.
Well, you're gonna run through the gate thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Yeah.
Okay.
Rip Lisbeth.
What do you do, Richard?
I don't really want to run through that thing. I have a question, though.
Yeah.
I have a class feature, Channel Divinity Radiance of the Dawn. Is that like an attack? I just like Radiant Blast ends magical darkness in 30 feet. Hostile creatures take 2d10 plus 2 radiant damage. Constitution save for half damage. I think since the ghouls are kind of closing in, could I attack with that?
Sure. Rated all the ghouls?
Well, it's like a anything within 30 feet.
Okay.
So it would also be like on the gate as well, because I kind of want to dispel it.
Sure. Okay, so you blast it from you. And so roll your damage and tell me what you say to invoke this great power of your god.
Also, you get a d4 on top of that because I blessed you.
Right.
Ew.
So 17 damage, everything within 30 feet. It's radiant damage.
By the justice of Tyr, may you all burn in the light.
And this blast shoots out. Elizabeth, as you're running toward this fleshy wall, it goes right past you and it burns into it. It doesn't destroy it, but you just jump right where this burning's happening. Diurna is close behind you. Richard, you see your blast go and it takes out a good 20 of these ghouls as they scream and shriek, and these flames just shoot off of them. And a bunch of them just pull back, and now there's like this traffic jam as they're all falling onto one another. And you have just a moment to act. What do you do?
I'll try and run through the gate also.
So you run, and you feel so stiff as you're getting through there. Just this whole day has been so much. You're so tired. Your god's power is just roiling through you. And you all hit into this wall, and it feels revolting. It's like you're pushing through putty, and it's just crawling on you, and it's nibbling at you.
Ugh.
You each take 6 points of damage as it's biting at you, and you feel just pieces of you getting bit. And you hear all these little as it's just laughing while you're going through it. And Diurna, you hear her growling and trying to rip through.
Let me out.
You feel that you're pushing through so much of this grossness. You take another 3 points of damage as you're just pushing free of it. You burst out of this fleshy wall. For a moment, the light is really bright, and you're blinded. You look around, and what you're staring at is a ruined area of a mansion's place. The nobles area that was completely destroyed. You see the Gladiator Coliseum right across the street.
How are we back outside the Colosseum?
Richard, you look down at your legs. They have gripped down to the ground and taken root. And your other arm is now starting to turn into bark.
Richard, what's happening to you?
I suppose I'm destined to be rooted here for life now, aren't I?
Are you turning into a tree?
It appears that way.
This is... How can we not get out of here? What the hell is this place?
What's going on? That was the exit!
This can't be.
Lisbeth, make me a Constitution saving throw.
That's another 18.
Your chest really hurts. You're keeping your ground, you're standing, but you feel your body sweating. You feel yourself going cold.
What's going on?
Lisbeth, you're so pale. No. They're turning you into one of them.
I'll try and heal myself. But this is all I have. I'll cast cure light wounds on myself, and I'll also try and cast it on Richard.
Okay.
That's a 5 for me. No, a 6, sorry. 10 for Richard.
Richard, you feel great. You still can't move. You still see the bark is spreading on you, but your wounds have at least closed up. And Lisbeth, when you cast this healing on yourself, it hurts so much.
You're hurting yourself.
What's happening to me?
I'm sorry, Lisbeth. I don't know how to stop the ritual. I can end it if you want me to.
Do it.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
And this blast goes off. And Lisbeth, you feel this pain in your chest tighten more and more and more. And then when these 2 blasts go, it doesn't hurt anymore. The pressure on your chest stops. You feel yourself falling backwards. It's almost surreal how slow it's going. And you're falling and you hit onto the ground. You hear this just slam of yourself onto the cobblestone. You look up and you see Richard has almost completely been encased by this tree. Just his face is sticking out right now. Diurna, tears are streaming down her face. She's looking at the 2 of you as this horde of ghouls is coming back over the river. And it all goes dark for you, Lisbeth. Richard, you have a few final moments.
You think I could cast Sacred Flame on myself in desperation?
We'll let you do so.
Perhaps I can burn myself out of this whole tree predicament here.
Richard, you've become the tree if you do that.
Well, I'd rather go out as a burning tree.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'd just light myself on fire.
So the flames just rip around you. And you quickly light up. And it's fast. At first it hurts, and then it all just goes cold. And you can't feel anything anymore. Your vision goes dark as you hear just the sound of cracking wood.
What have I done?
These ghouls slowly walk up. There are hundreds of them surrounding Diurna.
Diurna, there are hundreds of us, and only one of you. Your tree is on fire, and you shot your healer.
I tried to get out.
That's the thing about Arkham. No one gets out.